Welcome to the Play at 3 podcast, everybody. I am your host, Tisha Poncio, and I am here with a repeat guest for the first time ever for our Gen Z desk, Jace, and I'm also here with my co-host, Rick.
Hello.
Why did I come third?
Because I'm about to toss it to you next.
But I never
Come third.
come third in the listings.
It's because
I never
right before...
let you come right from now on.
Okay,
I'm
hold
going to
on.
introduce every guest we have.
No. Okay, rewind. When you hit record, you said real quick, Tisha, you intro because it's the first time we've had a repeat guest, and you do this to me every time I am introing. Now I just panic. So I always am going to mess up when I'm panicking. Anyway, we have Jace with us again for our segment. I think we're doing this, once a quarter, the Gen Z desk. Is that right?
It was about 2 months ago we had the last episode.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and be hip and cool and all the words that millennials and Gen Xers used to say and translate that into Gen Z terminology.
Yeah.
As well as some other stuff that we're going to look at.
We're very good at
Jace.
Recycling. Thank you. I am so glad
really
to be here.
Good at recycling. I'm so glad to be here. Are you really? What do you have planned for today? Do you have plans to do anything? What do teens do on a Saturday afternoon? Gen Z. What do you guys do? Video games?
It's not specified. We do a lot of things.
Oh,
we go outside.
Classified information.
We game. We just hang out with friends. It's what y'all used to do. I don't know why it's so surprising.
Okay. All right.
I think it's probably surprising because I remember like when I started to kind of leave the teenage life. You'd see the next generation was always staying inside, and there's always these videos about millennials were the last generation where they'd actually understand what enjoying the outside world was.
Jace, no, they do that. I think that is a misconception and a myth. Jason and his friends spend a lot of time outside, like playing basketball, walking around the neighborhood, going to the city like center. No, I think that's a misconception, actually.
I also think it's because y'all didn't have as much online enjoyment as we do. Y'all had Pong and yeah,
Pong wasn't even online though.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. That's
what I mean. Y'all had like not even online multiplayer.
We had AOL. We had AOL online.
Tish, that's AOL. Not a flex. That is not a flex.
I'm not trying to flex.
AOL is not a flex.
I was giving a fact.
We have online spelling bee back in the 1800s.
Well, let's get into it, shall we?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we can.
Okay, Rick, what do you got for us today?
Well, I mean, it's completely changed because now I'm starting to think about all the times that when we didn't have online gaming, we actually had, like, I can't remember what we used to call it.
Kickball.
You were opening yourself up.
Turning up to friends with a second or third Xbox.
Oh, no way.
Playing co-op gaming because we'd link the consoles together. Mm-hmm. We'd have 3 TVs.
Oh, you were in that 12 group of us friends. Okay.
Sat around playing video games and ordering pizza and stuff.
Well, we do the same thing.
They just don't have to hook their computers up together.
But you're not. Are you actually still meeting up in the same house?
Yes.
Or are you just doing it online?
No, they will meet up at the same house and actually play games on their phones all together. That will happen.
It's on the phones, though. Your games console. I mean, we all have games consoles, but do you ever like play games console games with your friends in the same room where you have multiple consoles or even multiple
we don't
computers?
Need to. We just don't need to.
That's where the fun was. That's where the true.
Do you know what's coming back though, you guys? Oh, I don't know the right word for this. I will look it up. But basically, and I'm going to do this. This is such a nerdy thing to do, but I'm going to do it. So it's essentially you're creating your own little computer, and you have you order a screen, and then you have the Raspberry Pi, and then you are creating this little mini computer for yourself. And I'm going to have to look up, while you guys are talking, I'll look up and see if I can remember the name of it. But I think it's going to be a trend with this next generation to basically do that it's that retro feel. So you may be onto something, Rick. They may take your idea, this next generation, and go old school with it. I think you might be onto something.
Are you just talking about a Raspberry Pi?
No.
Yeah, I was confused. What are we talking about?
I got very confused as well. It's all right, Jace. These Gen Xers, they're trying to be in with these younger generations, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna
quit. I'm gonna mute myself, and it's time for our Gen Z word for the segment.
Okay, looks like it's just me and you, Rick.
Okay, so that's fine. I think we've got the best duo right now.
Our one word for today is sell, but I want to see what you think it means if you don't already know.
Okay, can you spell it for me before we start to decide what does it mean? Because sell can have two spellings in my head right now.
SELL.
Okay, so we're not going for the biological cell. We're going for the selling of sell. Well, that's just a very easy term of I'm going to sell you this thing, or this they are selling, or
I think it's
they sell this.
I think it's other like selling or sold. I don't think a lot of other people just use sell in general.
So it's selling or sold is our word.
Oh, selling and sold. It's off of sell. Like sell is the structure of the word.
So is it like
sell is basically referencing selling, sold, and sell.
Sell is representing selling and sold because that's like it's structured off of sell, like the word.
The main word is sell.
Yeah.
But people mainly use selling or sold.
Okay. So, and what does it mean? It doesn't mean what we think it means, right?
This really, really concerns me now if it's meaning three different words.
Well, I'm saying you only use 2 out of 3 of the words. One of them is just the structure for the other
words. We're making it
complicated,
Rick. Don't overthink this.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself now.
Okay, all right. So tell me what it means then.
So, okay. You would basically say you sold or you are selling if someone is, because it's based off of the actual word. So you're selling the game. So that means you're just basically giving the game away because you're bad or on purpose. So like, or a game.
Selling means I'm bad. It's bad.
It's I mean, yes.
I'm giving it away. I'm not trying.
Basically, that's the best way I can kind of describe it. I bet people could describe it differently, but that's the way I see it. Yeah. Like if someone says you sold or you're selling, that means you're usually doing bad for the whole team in general.
So if I said on a podcast, Rick is selling this podcast, it means he's phoning it in. He's not really doing anything.
That could work. Yeah.
Is that right?
That could work. Yeah.
Okay, Rick, you have to do it in a sentence now too.
Well, I'm just thinking, does this have any correlation to when someone would say you just sold me out?
I mean, I'm saying how like I use it on day-to-day life because I don't say, "Oh yeah, I sold something."
No, see, that's you're always listen, Rick. You give the Gen X crew a hard time over here, but your millennial crew can't get this together, and we already did. So it's not selling out. That's something completely different. You're trying to bring in the millennial phrases in here. No.
I'm just trying to use my neurological brain of joining the dots.
I don't think you can do that with Gen Z language. Not exactly. Okay. So you want to try a sentence with Unk? Yeah, you called me Unk, but you're also Unk, okay?
I'm proud of you. You learned from last time.
Okay, so try to use selling or sold in a sentence and make it mean what Jace said it meant.
Well, the only example that I can think of is just as what Jace just said about I sold on that match.
Basically.
I'm picturing like a COD game, and I did absolutely rubbish in it, which is probably the reality if I ever play any COD games online.
Yeah, that
So
Therefore,
would be the
it's
correct way
like
to use it.
doing
sold.
it's like being rubbish at something.
Okay. Yeah,
Is
but
that
you wouldn't
right?
say rubbish because
Well, we wouldn't, but that's the
you're American.
British interpretation, right?
Yeah,
rubbish.
sure.
Yeah,
Rubbish.
I did
Okay.
rubbish. Yeah, that's doing not great.
What's the last thing you did rubbish on, Rick?
Trying to understand Gen Z terminology.
Yeah, you're selling on this vocabulary lesson. That's what I'm gonna. Did I say it right, Jace?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you better call me
Jace.
No.
I honestly thought it was sounding like Jack at first.
That's what I was going to say. You pronouncing the A little weird.
No, I'm about to tell you guys what I was going to tell you before we started doing our Gen Z vocabulary lesson. And you probably both already know what this is. A cyberdeck is a custom-built portable computer designed with a cyberpunk aesthetic, often inspired by William Gibson. It's typically built by hobbyists who use single-board computers like a Raspberry Pi. They're rugged, retro, futuristic, and industrial designs for specialized portable computing. And because of AI and all of the advances in technology, there are generations and groups of people making these cyber decks, and I think they are fascinating, and I might want to make one. So have either of you heard of cyber decks or seen any of these gritty cyberpunk cyber decks? Some of them are even designed using 3D printers. Have you seen these before? I know Rick is researching on the back end here because I can see him reading, but Jace, have you ever heard that before, that term?
I mean, what you're describing to me sounds like a portable, like a handheld game thing, but I'm assuming it's not. It's like a more portable computer.
Yeah, it can be. It's kind of like, do you remember when you were little, you had the little leapfrog computer thing? Do you remember that? And you don't remember that? And it came in a little case. It's kind of that size. So it's like tinier than your actual portable computer, bigger than a phone. Not as big as an iPad, but they basically you are
so like
piecing
DS?
it together, kind of. But it's so fascinating.
I would say it depends on the technology that you actually incorporate to it. So looking at these, because they're custom builds, imagine like you're custom building a computer as you normally would. You'd be looking at the keyboard, the monitor, and then all the components inside your actual computer. But for these, they are using specifically Raspberry Pis in a lot of instances. I think there's other circuit boards that they can use. And obviously, as a Raspberry Pi, you have various different versions, various different RAMs, memory, all that kind of stuff. And but then they're using custom built keyboards or monitors.
And they're using them for like creating their own Kindles, creating their own like music playlists where you're not like think about this. I believe that the youngest Gen Z group, which is Jace's group, and these Gen Alphas, I think they're going to swing back around to the iPod Shuffles, the iPod, the mini ones. Like, think about back then, you didn't have to have a service. You didn't have to pay for anything. You would have your music on a CD, you'd put it on iTunes, you'd load it into your iPod, and then you'd be on your way. You didn't have to do all of these different like technologies and subscriptions. And I believe, because we've talked about this a little bit, where there is this retro vibe coming up, VCRs are like literally hundreds of dollars. A VCR TV combo I looked up on eBay the other day because I was going to buy one, $300 for a TV VCR combo. I just think that there is something to this. And I think in the age of AI, in the age of online surveillance, and all of the things happening with our data, I think that these generations, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I think they're going to loop back to the Gen X era which is also the Gen X millennials, we were the last ones to really have this analog lifestyle. And like you were even saying it, you took your gaming systems to someone's house to piece them all together, order pizza. I remember when my students were doing that too. Like, it was like, okay, we're going to go to Rick's house. Everybody bring their stuff. We're going to order pizza. We're going to do that all weekend, right? And I think there is something about that. And that is why I challenge anybody who says Gen Z isn't going outside. I see Jace and his friends go outside more than I've seen a lot of generations hang out. And I think it is because they're tiring. They're tiring of the technology, the AI, the exhaustion from that. When they become older and adults, they're going to be paying for subscriptions. I think they're going to be the generation, because think about who's raising them. I'm a Gen X raising a Gen Z. And so they are taking that Gen X attitude, I think, and they've learned a lot of stuff. I have every piece.
Are they though, Jace? Do you
they
think
are.
Jace, do you think you're taking the Gen X attitude?
I can't believe
do you think you're putting a completely different spin on it? You can admit if you're taking more of the millennial attitude.
I don't know
feelings don't matter.
A certain generation's attitude means. Are we talking
the Gen Xers are scrappy. I can tell you that. We are scrappy. We can figure it out. We raised ourselves. We will be really quiet. We won't say a whole lot until we have to, and then we'll come out together, like all together. I don't know. Gen X crew is like the best crew. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sure. Moving swiftly on from that very opinionated comment. The one big thing that does interest me, Jace, you've obviously bought a couple of vinyl records yourself.
Yes, I have. Well, that was
He's got a new one on display today. He's going to have a new record for every Gen Z Desk episode.
Oh, dear, that puts an expectation. I'm curious because I own a couple of vinyl records. I don't own a vinyl player, which is probably a big issue for me right now. But
yeah, probably.
Why do you go for vinyl over the likes of what we have modern day Spotify,
like
Apple Music? No, not even CD or cassettes.
Oh.
I'm just thinking what the modern day kind of technologies offer with Spotify.
I do have a CD.
Why do you?
Oh, look, Boys to Men. If you're not watching the video, he's just pulled out a Boys to Men Gen X CD. Oh, we love it.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Can we not do the generation thing right now, guys? I'm trying to show off my amazing taste in music. Okay, I'm kidding.
Okay, go ahead.
If
you
we
had
want
a
to
great
talk
point
about tastes of music, I mean, there's better music.
Okay, hold on.
But we won't go down that road.
So you had a great point, though. Why is he choosing a vinyl over a Spotify subscription or the iTunes?
Yeah, because a vinyl's got, 10 to 15 tracks on it, whereas Spotify's got millions.
Well,
why pick vinyl?
I think... Well, I mean, I do use like Apple Music. I can even play it on my Xbox if I really wanted to. I do that when I play. But it's kind of like a feeling of personally picking out the music that you like instead of just having the whole selection. So you only have the music that you like on a single disc that is personal to you and it's personal to that artist. Because they can make the vinyl however they want. They can include their story into making the album, into making a specific track, into making the CD and the vinyl in the thing. Because this one right here is blue. And in the rodeo one, which is right, that might not be this one, but in this one, the Astro World one, he included his story into making the album. So it's a piece of the artist instead of just listening to the artist.
Did you hear what he said? He said it's the individualized picking out of the music. It's like they have gone from access to everything, an entire music library from an artist, and they're like, we don't want all that. We just want this piece. We just want this personalization. We want to individualize our collection so that you can see it and touch it. And I think that is where they're coming from. You saw him reach around and grab the vinyl. Like, you can't do that with a Spotify. I mean, I know that we liked it, Rick, when we were younger. We're like, we can, what was it, Napster?
That's where I was going with it. The fact that we started off having to buy cassettes or vinyls or CDs, and then we were able to put it into a digital format that we can have on our computer.
Carry with us.
Then the likes of Napster, Pirate Bay, LimeWire, those kind of illegal applications that allowed us access to get hold of very easily copies of music and movies, different types of media. We enjoyed having the physical versions, but because of how much music was out there, it became very costly, especially for kids who obviously may not have a job or anything or be able to afford all these different things.
Think about
being able to see that opportunity of having a plethora of music at your fingertips was so appealing back then, because
every
it was something so new.
Every generation is going to want the thing that they didn't experience. And I think for us,
that's where it's gone and
it is.
back.
And even think about it, like he's buying CDs and vinyls. And if he's like literally, just think about how this works, because he's like, and this really happened. He's like, I want this vinyl for my birthday. And so we went to Target, and there was only one left, which told me a lot. If you know, they're getting shipments of these vinyls and there's only the one. Okay. So I buy him the vinyl. The Gen X crew parents are going to be more apt to that's an activity we can do together. So if he says, I want to go to this record store in Dallas, I'm like, let's go. I will drive you there. I will probably buy myself a CD. I will buy you a vinyl. Like, we are all bought into the retro piece. And
Absolutely.
So I think it's becoming something that we end up bonding over. But I also think, to his point, there's so much out there that they are oversaturated with the amount of choices in music and movies, and it's just here and here and here. And what they've discovered is this treasure hunt to go to a record store, a CD store, and find the vinyl or CD or movie, VHS, whatever you're looking for. And it's that feeling of, I found the thing. Remember when we used to shop for CDs and they'd be sold out, and you would be like, I just need this CD, or I want to go to Blockbuster and rent a movie.
You have that
and they were all gone.
You have that FOMO.
Yeah, the fear of missing out. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Jace. You've got more.
For me, it's like the personalization. So there are different types of records, different versions that they'll release, certain stuff with more tracks. And I got that one, and the others are just the normal black vinyl. But this is mainly what I meant, because I was looking for this part of the CD. But they'll leave a note to whoever's listening to it about why this is so personalized. And it's quotes from everyone. Mostly everyone.
It's like a little love letter to the fans. I remember doing that, taking apart my cassette tape and unfolding it to see what was inside. And you would read the lyrics, and then you would see if there was a little extra something in there, an extra song. I think it's so fascinating, and I love that you've shared that. And yeah, we accidentally have Jace showing off his collection. So I'm sure that's something we'll keep talking about. I want to ask Jay specifically, do you remember your first memory of technology? What was your first memory of technology, using technology?
It was my very first, probably my iPod or my iPad in the orange case. I don't know what that was, but yeah, it was those. Because the only reason I remember my iPod is because before school I took a picture of Zoe. And I still have the photo. I just don't know where the iPod is.
You do. The iPod's in the closet. I have all of the old technology in containers, organized with the cords. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was your first experience. Was it? So it was taking photos on an iPod.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you were talking about albums, and you were talking about how you choose the vinyls or the CDs, but when you're listening to an album, are you listening to the full album because you're looking at the story it's telling, or is it just the vibes of the album? How are you choosing?
It depends which artist. So if I like the entire album, then I'm just gonna buy it for the kind of, I don't know, the effort you have to put in to getting the vinyl, buying it, putting it on the table, and then also turning it on. Because you're paying for something that you like so much that you're willing, even though it's free, and I say free with a very big quotation because Spotify is like $15.99 a month.
Yeah.
So is Apple Music. So you're basically paying to have something that is personally special to you. Because like on Apple Music, you have almost every single piece of music released by every artist, every genre, everything there is, and when you buy vinyl, you're selecting those very few pieces that mean something to you,
So it's
or
like art.
just
It's
that
like
you like.
collecting
Yeah.
art. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. So, I think what I want to know, this is a song I ask our guests typically, and a song I used to ask my students. And I've asked Rick this question. I used to ask the Wakelet team this question. I want to ask you, if you had a walk-up song, what would it be?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't have any answers? Nothing?
Well, because it's not like, I feel like a walk-up song and a favorite song are very different. Because not every
Yeah,
song can be a
that's
walk-up
true.
song, but
That's
every
true.
song can be your favorite song.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the walk-up song is like every time you walk into a room, it's playing. I know my song is Lose Yourself by Eminem. Rick, your song is Clocks by Coldplay. Am I right? Am I wrong? Which one is
Bliss
it?
by Muse.
Oh, Bliss by Muse. Sorry.
Clocks,
I'm so
as
sorry.
Jay said, you can have a favorite
It's
song
your
and you can
favorite
have a
song.
walk-up.
I got it. Okay. Do you have a favorite song then, Jace?
That's also a question I can't answer with full
Certainty?
100% certainty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
That's
there
fair.
are a lot of very good songs that
That's
can fit
fair.
into my favorite.
Well, now I want to just go into where Rick is going to talk with you about the end topic that we have, the educational topic. But I want to ask one thing, since this is a Gen Z's desk and I'm representing the Zennials. What do we overcomplicate as adults? Or what's one thing that we're doing completely wrong that you wish we would change?
I'm sorry, did you say you were representing the Zennials?
I did.
When you're a Gen X?
Who makes these names?
I'm a Gen X who
Tisha
leans
does.
more towards millennial, and you're a millennial who acts like a boomer, so I just combined the
I love how you're pushing these generations further back, because you used to say I was more of a Gen X than you were.
I mean,
now you're turning me into a boomer.
Sorry. Okay, so let me just go back to my question.
In about 3 weeks' time, you're probably going to start saying that I'm acting like I was around when Jesus was walking the earth.
Sorry, I won't. Okay.
Anyway, ask your question.
I know, our guests are always in the crossfire. What do we overcomplicate? Or what is one thing that you think that we as adults right now are getting completely wrong? And it isn't just directly to me and Rick. I mean, like in general, adults, what are they overcomplicating and what do you think we're getting wrong?
I'm thinking, because there's not a lot, but I know some, but I also don't know if we've talked about them or not.
You can say no comment on my questions. I'm totally happy for you to say no comment.
But
That's
I like
fair.
answering questions.
We can come back to that. Because I think Rick's going to talk to you a little bit about. I don't know.
I can give you my answer to what I think that adults are messing up.
Okay, what do you think we're messing up?
Life.
Well, that did not help at all. So
good answer.
Let's move into the topic of, I guess, social emotional health as teachers and how that affects students. I think you guys were going to kind of tee that up. So I'm gonna let you guys kind of lead into that.
Thank you, Tish, for that kind introduction into that question.
Called you a boomer, then made you ask me a question. Yeah.
I know.
Nice introduction.
My goodness. If only this was not U-rated podcast.
I mean, it
No,
doesn't have
so
to
what?
be.
True. But one thing we've talked about, Jace, previously is how being in the classroom as a student and how you interpret what the teacher is communicating to you, what they might be explaining, whether you're actually going to take that information on can be influenced by what the teacher's bringing to the classroom from a emotional, social, energy, all these different levels. Because if a teacher's coming into the classroom being aggressive, how likely are you to actually consume what they're actually teaching you in that moment?
I think I think it depends on the teacher. Because like if it's like a teacher that I don't like how they teach, don't like their work that they assign, or don't like their kind of way of having to do assignments, it's very unlikely that I'll listen. I mean, at least hey, stop laughing. Let me
I'm just
answer.
laughing because it's such an honest answer, and I think what you're saying is true. I mean, one of the things I've taught you is even if you don't like someone, you still need to honor and respect them, and that goes for everybody, right? But I do think that you are onto something if you show up and there is a teacher that just bothers you or a boss that bothers you, or really it could be anything, it is harder to show up, right? So are you telling us that you're rebelling because of that, or are you telling us that you're a little bit resistant to the things they're asking you to do? You're going to end up doing them, but you're resistant.
I think if they ask me to do it a specific way, I will do it in the simplest, most I will not try on the assignment at all. I will do it the most basic, simple way that they will ask me to do it.
So if a
Mm.
teacher, so what type of teacher is asking you for something where you are really motivated to give them what they've asked for and more?
I think if it involves like a certain level of creativity or allowing a student to let their brain be able to just kind of put their ideas on a paper, like for example, like an essay. Sure, you're not putting like necessarily a whole lot of like color or creativity, but you're still putting your thoughts and your, especially an argumentative essay, you're putting your argument, your thoughts, your thought process onto a paper and submitting that. Because not everyone is going to have the same thoughts in your class about specific topics.
Yeah, it's still being creative when you're, even if it's a discussion point where you're having to argue your case for a particular topic. You're still being creative in that process, and being able to have that freedom to do that is what, as you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, that is more motivating for you to do because you're not being constrained by particular rules, or you've not got this teacher putting up really tight guardrails around you of what you can and can't do. By having that rough breakdown of this is the topic, you're gonna argue against this one thing, go do it, rather than here's the topic, you're going against it, but you're only focusing on A, B, and C areas of said argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Tish, does
Okay,
that
well,
make sense to you for
it
when you were
does.
a teacher?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I hear him saying is he wants the autonomy to be able to think through a project, a process, a creative assignment. He wants the autonomy to be able to do that, and it not the expectation for it to not be perfect that first time, and also to
Mm-hmm.
have it be a discussion. Teaching and a teacher student is a partnership in a way, and it's like there has to be a level of honoring and respect on both sides. I think when it comes to these assignments, so we're talking about assignments.
Yep.
Um, I think, he's hit on a couple of things. I know that I've had bosses in the past that maybe were not my favorite, and the way they asked me to present something wasn't it didn't like make my brain like sparkle. I was like, I don't know how to get what you want created, but I'm going to try. And then, if you miss a couple of times, it's demotivating. But I think from a teacher side, I learned, and maybe it was just because I was that student, I learned to kind of give some room for error, some room for discussion. If a student could validate for me why their assignment wasn't exactly what I asked for, and they could give me a really good argument, right? Then I would accept it. But I don't know. I think there's so much at play with what he said. Like that's a whole episode right there.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. I do have one thing, Jace. I just want to ask you. Obviously, for yourself, you like to have that freedom to
Mhm.
learn and stuff, which is for you is so important. But you can guarantee that there is going to be students who want that guardrail. They want to be kind of, in a sense, handheld through what exactly they're going to do because they may not feel confident in their creative ideas and
That's a great
how to
point.
put some things together. From your own perspective, how do you think, let's say you've got yourself who's very creative, wants to have free reign, but then another student in your class who is wanting to have the guardrails, they want essentially the barriers up when they're going 10-pin bowling. They want that kind of level of support. How would you think a teacher could assist both of those students with one particular assignment, just from your own thoughts?
I think in when they're assigning the assignment, they can or project, they can give the basics to get an 100 on the assignment with full transparency. Like you need to have this, this, and this, with this, this, and this to back it up, and have a certain level of and have, for an essay would be you need to have a claim, evidence, and reasoning. And, that's obviously not a lot to work off because you're going off on passage. But let's say you're doing a research paper, you're giving the students who want that support a basically an entire structure on how to get an 100, give them examples that they can go off of. They just research that, get the examples, and then they can just structure it how it was said in the assignment, but then also add a note that you can do whatever you want and be as creative as you like with the assignment, which allow the kids who want to be creative, want to think outside of the box, that opportunity to research something that they want, something that they enjoy, and then be able to write about it and submit it for a grade.
I like it.
That was good. That is
Yeah,
great.
I've
That's a
I've
great lesson design tip right there.
mm-hmm, wish that was in my classes.
Well, I have a little bit
And
of a
working in a lot of places.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Sorry. Anyway.
honestly, no, I think you're right. I think it is. I think what you said applies not just to school. It applies to college. It applies to the work, the work
Mm,
environments. I think it is very important to be able to accommodate both. What you would want, what I would want as a parent and as a teacher, is I would want all of my students to get to a point of confidence so much that they see what I'm asking them to do and they're able to meet that, but they're also going to sprinkle in their genius, right? Sprinkle in
mm-hmm.
that creativity. That is what I would want all my students to get to. And so I love how I think, Rick, you said, there's that level of confidence and creativity. That's such a great phrase, confidence and creativity, student confidence and creativity. I see a presentation in the future on that.
I'll
Um,
make a note of it.
but I have a fun little bit for Jace that I don't know that we did last time. I always do a little juice box confessional, Jace, with our guests, but we're going to do a quick fire confessional with our Gen Z desk. So this is going to be this or that, and you are going to pick the one you want very quickly, and then we'll do some wrap up questions and end our episode. Are you ready for the Gen Z quick fire for today?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I am. I am. Let me flip over my sticky note. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. Texting or voice notes?
Texting.
TikTok or YouTube?
TikTok. Oh, short form TikTok, long form YouTube.
Oh, so both.
Yeah.
Snap streaks, are they important or are they overrated?
To me, they're overrated, but I also don't mind having them.
Do you participate in snap streaks?
I do. Yeah.
What's a snap streak? We'll come back to that, Rick. We're going to come back to it. Would you rather cook lunch at home, like the phrase that Gen Xers, we have food at home, we don't need to eat out, or would you rather DoorDash?
Eat at home.
And do you have a group chat name? Do you like group chat names or not at all?
I text people singularly.
Individual texts.
One-on-one.
Okay.
One-on-one. Yeah.
All right, let's go back to snap streaks, which you did say they were a little overrated, but you also participate in them. Can you explain in your Gen Z way to our millennial host, Rick, what a snap streak is?
I was expecting a boomer comment there.
What is a snap streak?
It's basically just a streak on Snapchat that if you send one person a picture and you send one back, then that'll create a streak. So
it's reciprocal.
Yeah, if you do that one day, every single day, then it'll just increase by one every day. If you don't send a picture within that day that they sent it, then it'll be over. Now,
so it's like a level of commitment in friendship on social.
I wouldn't say commitment. It doesn't take a lot. You just send a picture of a black screen.
For me, it would, because I'd be like, I'd have to remember every day.
it kind of reminds me of poking on Facebook back in the day.
Yeah.
That's why I have my notifications on, because that also wakes me up at 8 in the morning. So
wow, you wake up not by an alarm, but by snap notification.
Yeah, because that is the only sound that my brain does not recognize every single time. So, yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot of commitment. Just send a picture of the palm of your hand and it'll work.
What do you wish teachers understood about your generation more? Do you have anything?
I think my teachers are great. So
you do have some really great teachers at your school, and
I don't think I need to say anything. I think you need to do a different guest to answer that question.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Rick, what do you got? What do you got on your plate left for this Gen Z Desk episode?
Well, for starters, I don't have a plate.
Don't look for your plate. I knew you were going to do that.
Oh, there actually is a stack of plates right there. Yeah, gotta look at it.
I don't have any further comments.
Questions?
After being called a boomer.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry.
She's only doing this because I was targeting her in the last episode. That's all it is.
I felt attacked. It's true.
Yeah, she felt attacked and she thought she'd get her revenge.
She felt attacked and she called you old.
Yeah, basically.
Listen. I have one last quickfire question for Jace. For everybody listening, what is your music recommendation for our listeners this week? What song or artist should they listen to this week? Can you tell us about this?
Just gonna look in. You want me to explain? Okay, yeah.
Like, sure, who is this? Who are we looking up?
This is The Weeknd from 2016. Yeah.
Oh, 2016! You took us back. Doing some retro listening there.
Now who's an vinyl?
I was 6, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I was still young. I was actually younger, of course.
So, The Weeknd.
So were we all.
This is the vinyl.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay, nice The Weeknd, Starboy.
Yeah.
Is what we're gonna look up.
That is the name of the album. Yes.
Okay. We will.
Sorry, mother. My song of choice on the album is probably going to be, I would say, All I Know or Party Monster. That's just me.
All I Know or who?
Party Monster, mother. Okay, we'll put
I
that
love
back.
these Gen Z episodes because they kind of go off the rails and Rick doesn't expect it.
Yeah.
At the end, they do. At the end. It's never at the beginning. Always
Well-
nice and professional when it starts.
All right. Amazing. Well, Jace, thanks for joining us for the second official episode of the Gen Z Desk on the Playhead 3 podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, follow wherever you are listening to. If you want to hear anything on future episodes, let us know in the comments, DM us on any social media. All the links are in the description. Any final words from anyone?
I'm good.
You're good.
I think
Tish,
I think we should have a
boomer.
Playhead 3 Snapchat so we can do some snap treats.
Oh God, I'm not
boy.
getting involved. I'm not getting involved on that.
I'm
No.
kidding.
No, stop
no.
trying to be hip, Gen Z.
I don't know. I don't want to Snapchat.
Yeah, that was your perfect chance to call her a baby boomer, but you missed your chance.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Or you could have called her the silent generation, but pretty sure that would have been worse.
Okay,
yeah, no,
I think
she's complete opposite of that one. That's not going to happen. Silent generation. Nope. Nope. She just turned the camera off.
And thank you for joining us. This was the Play at 3 podcast. And until next time, we'll see you again soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.